Everybody. I promise the mic will be working. It's not the mic, it is that Chromebook of mine. It is not the microphone. The microphone is perfect. I promise. Hi, everybody. Is everybody ready? Is everybody excited for today? Where's my volume at? Can you guys hear me okay? So I take it everybody can hear me okay? And I'm with Thomas. 5-second rule, even if it hits the floor. Loud and clear. That's what I like to hear. Hi, 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 everybody. And for those that were here, even long before I started, shortly after I put the thumbnail together on YouTube, thank you for your your loyalty. I love it. Thank you for hitting the thumbs button, thumbs up, like button, whatever you want to call it, in any way you can, and as many ways as you can. I'm a little nervous. We're gonna have to work through it, right? So last week I jumped on at the butt fuck crack of dawn, and I made a commitment. And I woke up this morning at the butt fuck crack of dawn, and I chickened out. I'm not gonna lie, I chickened out because I started thinking the crazy shit, right? I started thinking the fucking stupid shit. I let the monkey mind go, right? If I'm gonna do it, I want to do it right. And that means that I'm gonna have to fully connect, open all doors and windows. And to some, I may look possessed, like I'm channeling something I don't know, or I'm speaking in a language that clearly no one knows. And it's possibly true that all of that is happening. But I'm also very well safe. I'm very protected. I'm very connected to my body when I trance out. So, for those of you that are going to watch this live and then after the live, a video of mine, please know I am in no danger. I will not and cannot be harmed if something would want to energy bend with me. Um, I am not, nor will I ever be talking with anything demonic. Now, my team can tell a bad guy from a very long way away. I don't care how well you hide it, how well you disguise it, how much you think your bad guy energy cannot be seen. My team will see it. I have been the bad guy so many ways, so many times. You are not going to fool me. You are going to have patterns and shit that I am going to recognize. I have a criminal score or a criminal credit score, whatever you want to call it, that's astronomically long. So trust me when I tell you. Bad guy is bad guy. I don't care how you paint it. I don't care what color you dip it in and how many rotten apples you serve the people that buy your bullshit. I am going to be doing open channeling. If you are intimidated in any way by someone of my caliber or higher people that are more in tune with their gift, check out right now. You don't have to unsubscribe, but if you want to unsubscribe, you can do that too. If you're not subscribed and you're thinking about subscribing, this may not be the day you want to check my channel out. You may want to avoid Thursdays if you are very programmed. And I don't care who you are. If that offends you, I'm not sorry either. Either deprogram and get with the picture or stay programmed, but exit right now. Okay. For those of you that are going to stay and watch, please, please understand me when I promise and tell you I am not under the influence of anything demonic. I channel a lot of angels and deities and dead people that a lot of people misunderstand and are intimidated by. So, I do speak in a lot of lost languages when I am communicating with them, and I may not always remember what is said because it can't be said in human form, but I will somehow know how to get it out there. They may not talk at all. They may show me images in my life where I was the worst version of me. And there is a lot of different worse versions of me, guys. When I found a glitch, I went with it. I am not kidding you. If I saw any form of monetary value, I went with it. I didn't care who got hurt along the way. So when I am channeling bad guy energy, that's all I'm doing. I'm seeing where they are at mentally. What are they capable of? What built them? What created the monster that is within the bad guy image that I am hunting? I am not hunting the victim, guys. I am hunting the bad guy. I don't know any other way to say it. So I have now said it. If you do not agree with that, or if you do not understand it, I'm probably not the one you want to talk to about it. I'm just being honest. I am not going to sugarcoat it. I am not going to pacify you and say it in a way that makes sense in your lovely little world when it completely goes against anything and everything that I know in my world and in a few other places to be true. So we can agree to disagree. That is what grown-ups are capable of doing, and we can still have a wonderful, beautiful connection. And I am still that same shadow reader that wants to help you guys every day, every chance, every moment that I am awake, whether you guys know it or not. I am somehow, some way helping, whether it's in ways that you can understand or whether it's in ways that you can't even begin to understand because it's not meant for you to understand it yet. So I promise you, I am safe, but I will always hunt bad guy energy. It's how I get to the victim. It's how I find the victim. I follow the path of what led the crossing to lead that bad guy to that victim. And then I can hone in a little better. But at first, I have to focus on the bad guy. So, I am really nervous. I've never done this publicly, guys. There are places and things and conversations that I have with you guys privately, and I love those conversations. Some of them are deep and they're intimidating. Once I'm out of the conversation and I look back and I'm like, whoa, that was next level shit, right? So, uh, in a minute, I'm gonna turn on spirit boxes, and in a minute, I'm going to call in my team. And some of my team is quite intimidating. They have to sometimes look the part when they're going up against really bad guys. So I am working and connecting with angels, and I will never disrespect them. I don't care how scary they look. I don't care what they came to this world to do, to give to us as humans, and how you may see them. Even if I speak of one that may be in your eyes fallen, whatever, they're still an angel. And I'm not going to disrespect them in any kind of way. Um, the difference is that I understand an angel and I also understand a demon, and a demon does not, nor will it ever, own or be able to possess a soul. Oh, therefore I'm safe because my soul is guarded and protected. And not to mention, I'm on borrowed time. So I'm kind of a little bit more um, protected in levels that some people don't understand. Some people question it. Some people don't get it. They think it doesn't exist. They create a world within a world where it doesn't exist for them, even though they can't have science make sense of it, or they can't medically make it make sense, or legally, or ethically, or logically, or any other levels. but it still happens, and they still deny that it is supernatural, otherworldly, above us, something we have no control over, something that is completely out of our control. Actually, we cannot influence it. It can influence us, though. And as humans, we usually take the bait every time. So, if you hear me say things or speaking, please know that I am only doing it to figure out how they got to the victim that they got to. So, whew, hi Sherry. Hi everybody that's here. Sorry I haven't been paying attention to chat. I really wanted to get that out because it's we live in a world that not all of us believe exists, and then some of us know it exists. And for us, it's actually quite comfortable because it makes things make sense that didn't make sense before. So, for those of you that are here for it, thank you. I thank you now, and I thank you every single time. Thursdays, I am going to dedicate to otherworldly things, including bad guy energy. That is not present in current world for me. I don't live in the bad guy world anymore. In fact, I am the one that goes against the bad guy world in every parallel of it. I used every parallel of it to gain shit I had no access to. So now I'm doing it the right way without personal gain. So there's that. And it is a whole different ball game, guys. When I can't attach personal gain, it's a league of its own, so to speak. So today has been full of places where it could be argumentative, challenging, hard. And all I keep thinking is I'm glad I don't live in a world that is dictated by that anymore. If you want to call me disconnected, call me disconnected. I don't care. If you want to call me one-sided, go right ahead. I don't believe people should die for an opinion. I don't believe anyone has the right to take and enact the Retribution Act just because they want to. I don't think it's fair when people get to pick and choose what they want to pick and choose. So I will just be honest on Thursdays with you guys. There's a 51% chance, and that's saying a lot for me, guys. If you know me, then you know that this Thursday being Crime Reads, and I'm hoping to every Thursday bring some kind of awareness to bad guy perpetrator energy so that you guys can understand not all of us were born this way. Some of us were naturally and nurturing. I don't even think that's a word, but we were created. Now, some of us can be shown a completely different lifestyle. I am grateful to be one of them. But coming from where I come from, it wasn't because I had to. I chose to. There's a difference. I didn't have to, meaning that my grandparents, both sets, were in a place of financial stability. They both owned companies, very different companies, mind you. One led a very low, humble lifestyle and ran with some of the biggest, baddest crime lords and mafia that we in history know, and even went against them. And then the other side came from nothing, didn't even have shoes, and made 7, 8 figures a year for many, many, many years. And it turned them into the worst version of mankind. So I do understand that money will either make you or break you. You are either the type of individual that makes the money, or you are the individual that allows money to make you. I don't give no never mind to what you are, but what I will not do, and I will not anymore, is put value on pain, and I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the mortal enemy of the world. If you come to me and ask me to help you, I'm going to help you. I am going to compartmentalize my opinion, and I am going to remember that you're a human being first and foremost, and that is the only part that matters. Your opinion doesn't sway me. You don't pay nair bill in my house, so your opinion can't sway me. Your vision, your judgment, your all of it that you want, that human attachment shit, you can keep it. I don't want no part of it. If I can help you, I will. If I can, if I can't, I can't. No shoes, been there. Yep. Those that humbly remember where they came from, they get humbler every dollar they get. They get humbler. I don't even know if that is a word either, but they don't get greedier because they don't forget where they came from. And they didn't let the money make them. They made that money. So that money didn't change them. Their mentality didn't change. In fact, they got quieter, stiller, littler. Again, trigger words, but I'm not here for I'm sorry. So again, I'm literally just trying to get my mind into motion. So I'm just talking randomly, guys. So just kind of roll with me here while I get myself together. So I have been doing crime reads on many people's channels. And I had to do a lot of work, and I've been doing a lot of work, and I've only managed to track down a few of the crime reads that I've already done, right? And I tracked down some of them on Indigo Jaguar's channel, which is now got a different name, Bright Brush and Bright Bone. Oh my goodness. See, I told myself to write this shit down, and then I forgot it, and now here I am a week later, and I still don't have the shit wrote down. Blah! Shit! Well, anyway, I found some of them, but I don't think this is all of them, but I found some of them. So I have, as of right now, today, and this is just some. I couldn't find all of them. I found Dakota James, Mercedes Vega, Tina Satchwell, The Floral Four Fires, Donnie Irwin, Delphi, Part 1 and 2, Johnny Ghosh, Kendra Nicole Bathel, Summer Wells. That's just some that I found on Heather's channel. I know there's more. I just probably need to dive a little deeper, go a little back farther. I only went like a year back. I got to go farther back. When I jumped over to the Cappy channel that I used to run with PD, that we have split ways. It was Keep Hope Alive Psychic Investigations. We called it Cappy for short. Anyway, on there, there are a butt-fuck ton of privates that I did not list. I did notice that a couple of them that I'm going to list, I'm only going to give the first name to because they are private, and some of them are still ongoing. Not with PD and I, though. I have picked them up and gone solo, and I am still working with the families, with law enforcement, private investigators, whatever the situation may be. The channel wasn't there for very long. It was only a few months before we decided to go our own ways. So again, we did a lot more privates than we did publics, but some of them are the Menendez brothers, a private for Amber, Sebastian Rogers, Diddy, a private for Sally, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, Tanya Whip, Micah Miller, Maya Milliet, Riley Strain, Elijah Vo, a private we did for Amy. Several of them are still ongoing, and then I still have a couple other privates that are ongoing. So that was what I've got so far. So I got that. So then that brings me to right here today. So my team had me pick a state, and I couldn't pick a state. I struggled. I kept like wanting, I couldn't focus. So not making a choice is ultimately making a choice. And guess what? They picked the state, and guess what state they picked? The all damn states. They could have picked even a different country, but no. Oh, I guess I could have either. But guess what they picked? Missouri. I'm sorry, Missouri. Yeah, I born in Houston, raised in Missouri. Missouri. Sorry, raised in Missouri. I know that state. Ugh, bleh, blah, bleh. There are parts that are so beautiful, and I'll never forget. But every part of it, my grandparents are in. The rest of Missouri kind of sucks. Even the parts that include the bad part of my grandparents. The bad side. Got the good side and the bad side. At least in my world. So anyway, okay. So they picked Missouri, and they didn't pick just Missouri. They picked St. Louis. So it's very home for me. Okay. I grew up in the St. Louis area. Obviously, I traveled the entire state and many other states as a child. Well, and both sets of my grandparents lived in Missouri. One lived in the middle, Jeff City area, and had a farm in St. Elizabeth. And we had 2,500 acres of cattle living farm in Miller County. So there's all of that. And then I had my good grandparents that lived in St. Louis, and we had a farm just outside of St. Louis in Hillsboro. Well, more in Cedar Hill, but the Hillsboro area. And we had horses there and jockeys that rode in Illinois and Missouri and all over in all the states when they were ever coming to the races or wherever, and they wanted to stall their horse or they needed their horse exercised or whatever. They always came to the Dickey farm and stalled their horses with us. So I grew up with some amazing rodeo horses, race horses, $1 million horses that live in $1 million ranches. And anyway, so vastly, they went with the St. Louis area. So there are 5, and my quiet little private little team that I am secretly putting together, and I'm going to be the face of it, but I do have people that are going to be working in the background. I have 1 slot that's available, and if anybody is interested in being part of the team, you don't have to be on camera. Um, it does require a lot of communication personally and privately, back and forth, bantering, um, but you also have to be dedicated, and I do mean dedicated. So anyway, okay, they threw out 5 names, and they are Cherry Barnes. She went missing in 1987. At the time she went missing, she was a minor, and she went missing from the St. Louis area. Lisa Marie Best. She went missing in 1992 at the age of 24, and again, the St. Louis area. Nancy L. Brannon. She was 34 years old in 1986 when she went missing, and again, the St. Louis area. Then we have Phyllis Marie Corbin. She was a minor at the time that she went missing in 1988, I believe. There was a couple of different dates I found. So my team did find lots of information, but there's a lot of one-way opinions about the information, including the date of missing. And I do get it. The 80s was a different time. I lived in the 80s. I was born in the 70s. So I grew up in the 80s. So I get the 80s. It was a different everything. So I get that maybe there's the information on Phyllis Marie Corbin was a little back and forth with trying to figure out what was a little bit more accurate. All of these are ongoing, open, and technically missing. None of them have been found or presumed unalived. And the last one is Robert, also known as KJ Castiel. He was a grown adult, I believe in his 30s, in 1999 when he went missing, and again, the St. Louis area. So My team and I, we did some thorough research, which I stay as cold as I can. I just need to know that the information is thoroughly vetted, and I do trust my team. They've been working with me, whether you know it or not, silently since day one when I was working and trying to establish this situation on a couple of other channels that just ultimately didn't work. So, um, yep, we have decided um, today we're going to look at Cherry Barnes, and hopefully we'll also be able to possibly look at Lisa Marie Best. Now, in a minute, I'm going to start openly channeling for both of their bad guys. So, if anyone has information, whether now in the conversation or afterwards, or if a family member of one of the victims reaches out, I may have to make this video private, which is fine. Um, but also, I do not want to disrespect the victim's family or friends in any way whatsoever. So, it was nice doing this kind of pre-recorded because then I had time to um, even reach out to families to make sure that it wasn't something they didn't want brought up. Anyway, so uh, I'm just gonna roll with it, guys. So Jackie's here. Jackie! Jackie! What? Okay, guys. Oh, now I'm really nervous. Fuck, Jackie's here. So, remember last week when I told you guys Jackie put a little bird and a little bit of knowledge in my ear about a funding? That would be the Jackie that put the little. So anyway, I've done the math, and if I am correct with doing the math and adding in shipping, um, I have, I think, officially decided to try a funding for a deck live. Ah, I'm a little nervous, but there's a deck that I really, really, really need. It w- it it maybe have started out as a want, but I have found that there's nothing that touches it. And I have touched a lot of decks, guys, and there's just nothing that touches this deck when it comes to this. And as someone that hunts the bad guy, this deck fits me so well. I think I'm gonna do a crowdfunding read live soon. Maybe by the end of the month. Um, for a very specific deck. It will be a one and done kind of thing. It will never be a um an opportunity for anyone to say that I hustled or anything. I legitly want to earn the deck. So the reads would be $5. Um, and if 21 people donated, if it's 15 only that buys the deck, and then I just gotta wait until I have the money for shipping. But if I can get 21 people to donate $5, that covers the shipping as well. So even if I don't get the 21 and I only get the 15, that is $5, that covers the deck, and I can at least secure the deck. So um, I my team has basically gotten the okay from above. It's not going to be looked at as a hustling kind of thing, or charging for anything. It would legitly be, if you ask for a read, it's because you're willing to make the donation, the $5 donation. Like, you're coming into the live knowing what the live is. So I'm gonna put some time next week together talking with Jackie, getting what I need to have grounded and with me present. Like I know I'm gonna need the link. I've already got the link. I've got the channel link. I've got the woman's name. She is an incredible artist, creator. She has brought many beautiful decks. And maybe down the road, more of her decks may come into my world, but she has a crime deck that is dreamy. So, uh, just because Jackie popped in, I just wanted to let you guys know where that idea came from, and I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna reach out to a few of these gorgeous, beautiful community that I work with here on YouTube, and yeah, I'm gonna get them on board, and we're gonna raise the money to get this deck, and you guys are gonna love it. Oh my god, you guys are gonna love it. I know the connection that I'm gonna have with this deck is just gonna be otherworldly, so to speak. Legitly otherworldly. See, Sherry, that's exactly what Miles was saying. I think he must have been channeling you because he was like, you need to include shipping. You need to include shipping right now with everything. Shipping, $21 for shipping. It's a bit expensive. But the deck, it does scream for me. So therefore, it has to be part of it. So I'm gonna need 21 of you that are willing to donate $5 to me for crowdfunding for a deck. Nothing more. It's not going to cigarettes. You guys know I will get on here and be like, y'all, I need a pack of cigarettes. That's not what it's about. It's not about iced coffee. It's not about paying my phone bill. I'm not hustling. I'm not buying weed with it. It's strictly going to that link and that link alone. So um, if anybody does want to start donating now, please let me know that it's for the deck and I won't use it for real life shit that is going on right now in my life. So, like I said, I don't have it ready. I do have the information. I don't have it handy because today isn't that live, but I am going to start putting it out there on my lives to maybe be willing to come to. And if you're not willing, I'm not mad at you. I don't always have $5. I'm not kidding you. When I have a couple bucks or five, I donate it, I give it away. I throw a love box out there. I give it away in other ways. So trust me, I don't always have $5. I won't be mad if you don't show up or if you come just to support me and you don't donate. I won't be mad. I won't be mad. I may be wondering why you're asking for a read when you can get all the reads you want. No, I'm just talking shit, but it would be specifically for that. Look, I'm just talking shit. I'm getting into spirit. I got to get into mode, and I'm going to have to talk a lot of shit with bad guy energy, so I got to get into it. Oh, Tina, you better get on that. You better get on that. Don't let that bag go. Hey, there are some decks out there that sell for 100%, Sherry. You are not underestimating. The deck itself is about $70. And then it's $21 shipping. So 70 plus that, it's right at almost $100. So yeah, I definitely, at least I know you understand what I'm saying. And I have talked to several of you privately, and you guys know who you are, and you have actually said you'd rather help me do that than buy me a pack of cigarettes, so to speak. So, um, I feel that with the 5 or 6 of you that I've already talked to, literally on the phone with, not texting, like literally hearing me talk and my enthusiasm for it, I do believe if I could just get 15 to 20 more of you on boat, uh, I think I could have the deck, and we'll just take it from there. But I have decided to do it. I have decided to do it. Okay, so I am gonna start calling in energy, guys. Oh gosh. Okay, so that was a half hour of just blah, but I feel a lot better. I feel better saying everything and also ending it on a positive note. Okay. Spirit box. Where's the computer at? Where's the computer? Oh, here it is. Ooh. Ooh. Y'all, down the road, if anybody has a Chromebook they no longer use and would like to donate it, think about me. Seriously, think about me. Because mine is literally on its last leg. But Chromebooks are quite convenient, and they are kind of if you're going to do the YouTube things, you got to have StreamYard. So, or well, one of the platforms, and they do work better on a Chromebook. So, I'm just saying. Because I have a whole computer right here, but it does not like StreamYard and several of them other Ramble and a couple others. I've tried them. The computer doesn't like it. Don't like it. Chromebook, don't care, but mine's just old. Mine's just old. So do I want to start with that one or that one? Which one do you want me to start with? Okay. We will start with that one. Yep, I'm going to need paper. Oh, should have had this out already. Oh. But yeah, like I only gotta have like 3 or 4 different decks to do all of this. That one deck does all of it. It does it all. I don't need all the extra deck. All right, let's do. I have got to get some more construction paper. That's all I've got left. Oh, I am in trouble. Oh no. Oh no. I've used it all. Oh, I have got to get construction paper and cheat sheets on my wish list ASAP. All right, so this one we shall put as what? What's going on with this? All of a sudden, it's not one thing. See what I'm saying? Oh, really? Could you just act right, please? Which way does it need to go? It needs to go this way. Okay. But there's going to be a light on it. Well, no, there it goes. Oh, one day I will have another desk, and this won't be so challenging. Stop being challenging. Where did my ink pen go? Really? Oh my god. You're not usually this disorganized. Where did my ink pen go? Y'all. That's some bullshit. Malediction. I don't even know what that word means. Malediction. What is malediction? Take a deep breath. Yeah. I found my ink pen. Look behind the laptop. Look behind the laptop. It's probably there too, right? No, it's not behind the laptop. Malediction. That's a good one. Who are we speaking on malediction? I don't even have the spirit box going yet, guys. I'm just getting that one going while I set these up. Cherry. This one is Lisa. Today's date is the 25th, 9/25, 9/25. You're awful quiet over there.
FM mode. AM mode.
I ask Hershey and I come with respect. I am seeking openly. Alexander, I am seeking open questions and an open mic. I am seeking bad guy energy for Cherry Barnes and Lisa Marie Dust. Both went missing from the St. Louis area. Cherry went missing in 1987. She was a minor at the time. Cherry? Did you guys hear it? It said Cherry. The spirit box said Cherry. Is Cherry on the other side, or is Cherry still alive? She's dead? Okay. Is Alexander tied to Cherry somehow? That guy, yes. Drug where? She went in the car willingly. Went in willingly. Alexander, are you the bad guy that hurt Cherry? You know them? Alexander, are you the boyfriend? The dead can't rest. Are you saying that Cherry's not at rest? My hair? My hair? Your hair is wild? My hair is wild. It is what the fuck it is. So she went in willingly. She went into a car willingly. Alexander, tell me about Cherry. What kind of person was she? How did you know her? Cherry's not at rest. Cherry could be powerful. Okay. Cherry not at rest. Yes, I can hear you. Alexander, did you hurt Cherry? What do you mean yes and no? Alexander, how did you die? What kind of person are you? What kind of person meets a powerful, wonderful person like Cherry? You weren't born this way. Drugs? Okay. So are you saying drugs led the situation, or she was drugged during the situation? Which one are you saying right now, Alexander? No, don't tell. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about. Don't worry about telling me to be careful. You're the one that needs to be careful. You need to understand what I'm telling you. You cannot influence me and intimidate me. So what else? Your threats mean nothing to me. You have no power. I will call in a hellhound if you keep talking shit. I will break the connection, Alexander. She was important to you. So was she your girlfriend? Was Cherry your girlfriend? It's more complicated than that? Okay, it's more complicated than that. I don't even know how to spell that. Complicated. So not your girlfriend. Not girlfriend. Drugs were involved. You led her there. You led her there. So Alexander, you led her there. You led. You led her there. What do you mean by that? You led her there because of greed. Greed. What were you getting? What did you get out of it? What were you selling her? Did you sell her? Cherry was a minor. Were you an adult when this happened, Alexander? Were you a pervert? Were you a pedophile? Were you sick like that when you say I was sick? Does that mean what you're saying? Were you a pedophile, Alexander? You are? How old were you, Alexander, when you hurt Cherry? Did you sell her to the dope man? You did not? Okay. Was she supposed to turn a trick with the dope man? Just give him a little ass so you can get high for free? Exactly. Okay. Okay. So you saw her and as a cash value to you getting what you wanted. So I see why you say greed. Okay. What else did you do to Cherry? You lied. What did you lie about? You lied about you. Like you built her up to think you were something else. You were just an addict that was sick, right? And you led her to believe that you were something else, Alexander. Oh, you're the one that was malicious. Okay, okay. So you were malicious with her, but you're not the one that hurt her. You're saying someone else hurt her, but you led her there. And you led her there under malice and greed, and I did. Okay, 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 Alexander. Okay. Hold on, guys. I gotta get a fan going. It's getting hot up in here. Yes, I'm still here. The fan is not gonna hurt you in any way. It's just gonna cool it off for me. His name is Matthew. His name is that what you're saying? Matthew was his name. Can you guys see that? Okay. I'm trying to make sure the glare isn't there. Did you watch what happened to her? Happen to her? Were you there when it happened? Were you that high that you watched it happen to her? Did you hear her screaming? You're the one that's being tortured. I'm not torturing you. You're being tortured. You tortured yourself. They used a match, that is cruel, Alexander. How could you allow that? How could you hear those screams and not try to help her? Why would you? Sinister. You had already been paid, hadn't you? You had already gotten high. You had already received the goodies, so to speak, right? Is that what you're telling me? You already had gotten high, so you had to follow through with it. You realize they played you, right? You fell into their dodo damn trap, Alexander. You wanted to get high so bad that you literally let them talk you into your friend getting hurt. And she's still listed as missing. And I want to know who Matthew is. Who is Matthew, Alexander? He was on the south side. The south side of St. Louis? Matthew from the south side. Matthew from the south side. Matthew, south side. I used to live on the south side. I used to live on Pennsylvania Avenue. I was over there in Dutchtown, Alexander. Do you know the area? And a few other places, but that's just the most recent one. I lived over there. I think it was like 2016, 2017, 2018, somewhere in there. Yeah, I lived right there in Dutchtown. You lived over that way too? Okay. You still get sad when you think about her, huh? You're the reason you think you're the reason she's not crossed over. You she's the reason you're deceased. You were a witness. No witnesses. Where did this happen to you at? That crossed the river, that crossed the Mississippi. So they took you from the south side. So they did what they did to her on the south side, and then they took you where? Over to East St. Louis? They took you down to the boogie? Or over to the boogie? I heard you say boogie. That's East St. Louis, Alexander. I know what the boogie is. I've been there many times. I can't see you because I'm not looking for you. I'm just listening. All right, no, I got it down. The boogie. I got it down. So you died in the boogie, but they killed you because you witnessed what happened to her. So the same people, this Matthew person from the south side. Who was Matthew? Alexander, where'd you go? I think I lost him. Alexander, did you leave? Slim. He's gone. Okay, I lost Alexander. All right. Does anybody want to talk about Lisa Marie Best? You couldn't find anything? Where did you guys look? Did you start in the St. Louis area and you couldn't find anything? We did. Okay. All right. So we're going to keep looking for Lisa. By any chance, did you guys pick up on anything for Robert or Phyllis or Nancy? No? Okay. Just the Cherry. Okay, so, well, let's focus on Cherry. All right. Can we find Alexander again? He's already completely gone out of the area? Well, no, I don't want to do an open heart call out for him. So, what do we think about him? If he's not, he's the one that led her. He never saw her as equal. He saw the drug dealers as equal. He wanted their lifestyle. He wanted that. I know. I get that concept. I understand that. I get the greed and the wanting, and eventually, you as they say, you don't get high on your own supply, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But you can get to those levels, and maybe this Matthew person Alexander thought was on that level, and clearly, if he's living on the south side of St. Louis, he is not on them levels. I don't care how humble he is. He ain't, yeah. Even Nelly got the fuck up out of U City. I mean, you got to think about it. It is St. Louis. It's fucking one of the murder capitals of the world at one point in time, especially the 80s. It was a different lifestyle. Sipping after nap coffee. That sounds wonderful. I'm still drinking iced coffee. I'm still drinking iced coffee. So that was the last thing he said was Cherry had a gentleness about her. Okay. Cherry had gentleness. So she was kind of like this easygoing, but I mean, she was a minor at the time, so she was a kid, and her family still has it open case. I wonder if maybe I should try to reach out to the family. I wonder if the family would know who Alexander is, or even Matthew on the west side. Matthew from the west side, south side, south side. Matthew from the south side. I mean, in the 80s, let's see, we would have been on Ann Street, which is deep in the south, pretty much right at the edge, right before you get into the county. It's right at the edge of the metropolitan area, so to speak. But Ann Street, it was a different lifestyle than even like we played outside till the streetlights came on, and we didn't always lock our damn doors and shit. So there was parts of the south side that would have been safe, but then there was also parts of the south side that would have been like the north side, and rough as fuck and ghetto as hell. So shit. Sounds like Southeast DC. I mean, it just depends on where you looked at it, right? So at one point, my family had a house on Ann Street, which it was the spot, right? It was literally location, 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 right? It was the happening place to be. And then there was just a few blocks, give or take. It was places you didn't want to be in the gangway after dark. Ooh, not back then, because they still had a lot of that 70s mentality going on in the early 80s, and they enforced that a lot. And yeah, it quickly switched somewhere there in the mid 80s, and it became pretty much rough anywhere on the south side, all the way to the downtown area. And there was really no rough on the north and easy and peasy on the south anymore. It was rough in St. Louis, period. Hunt. Um, Hunt, as in what? What do we? Or what? I mean, that can be taken a couple of different directions. Where are we going with hunt? Oh, hi everybody. Oh goodness. Well, no, I guess I'm kind of glad. I don't think I've ever heard my spirit box do that. And this is analog, it's not digital. I don't think I've ever heard it do that before. Pink, what the hell was that? Japanese? Holy fuck, who speaks Japanese? Does anybody speak Japanese? Holy shit! Who speaks Japanese? Is one of the victims got ties to Japan, or DNA ancestors in Japanese? Or is this still about Cherry? No, you're not allowed to move anything. Don't. No, no. If one hair, anything gets moved, a crystal gets shifted. If you touch anything, I'm shutting it down. Don't do. Don't do it. Fuck around and find out for real. A black eye. You're not gonna give me a black eye. If I wake up with a black eye tomorrow, I'm gonna know who did it. Oh, so this Alexander. I'm focused, but I'm also not used to doing it um, online, guys. So I'm gonna do a lot more of this offline than online the first couple of times until I really get comfortable. So you guys, please just have some patience with me because the disclaimer is going to follow every Thursday. I'm not going to go through it every Thursday. I'm just going to build up more and more of my own confidence of doing it online. That way, I can just start coming in on Thursdays and just hopefully going right in and trance and start energy bending and get more going. It's a little warm in here. It's a little crowded because we got all the doors and windows going. Who is Maruda in chat? Because she needs to ring my bells. Like, anybody got bells? Ring your bells. Please ring your bells. Right now, ring your bells because it is getting kind of hot. And I didn't bring any bells. I didn't bring any bells. I didn't bring any bells. I got chimes. Oh, it'll happen tonight. If I wake up in the morning and I have a black eye, I promise you I'm coming after you. What did you say your name was again? Max? Yeah, you. You shit talking asshole. Y'all get Max up out of here, because if I wake up with a black eye in the morning, we're going to have a whole problem. I'm sending every damn one of you after him. Get his ass out of here. I really want to know what she went in willingly. I wonder if she was under the impression like maybe he was just picking up his supply, or maybe he sold her some stupid story that she would have bought and believed to willingly go into this said home on the south side of St. Louis. Maybe the south side is her stomping grounds, you know? Maybe she grew up on the south side. Maybe she even knew who Matthew was. But Alexander said exactly she went willingly, but I don't know that she went willingly to go do something she would not have been willing to do. Exactly. Like so the box said avoidance, right? He would have probably avoided the full truth, whoever this Alexander is to Cherry. And I'm just wondering if maybe how long, like Alexander, I asked, was that your girlfriend? And they said no. It's complicated. I wanted that, but she didn't, right? So she wouldn't have saw Alexander as someone to worry about. You know what I mean? When we think we have those boundaries as women established with men, that we don't see them that way. We're not interested in them that way. Some men don't get the picture. Some men don't get the pit that very clear, uh, kind way of saying it's never going to happen. Like we can be friends or nothing. I mean, it's Some of us make it very clear, but some of us don't. Some of us lead other people on intentionally. And although I was a kid in the 80s, I was watching the best of the best. Hustle, 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 hustle. There wasn't a table my grandfather wasn't a shark on, and I am not kidding you. I don't care if it was a card table, a pool table, a wrestling table. I don't care what table it was. If it was a table, he mastered it. Literally, that Mason mastered everything that he put his intention into. So, I don't know. I do feel like there would have been, like he said, he was doing it out of greed and he did it maliciously. He did it connivingly dirty. I maliciously, I'm going to tell you that we're just going to go get ice cream, but I have other intentions. And I'm not going to tell you what my intentions are, but I'm going to need to know every bit of your intentions, right? I'm going to know and need to know all kinds of very specific information. And I don't think she would have saw it as warning because she probably thought she had a well established boundary and he might have been a little bit obsessed with her. And because he was an addict, because he was sick, he had sinister. When he couldn't have her, he sold her to the highest bidder, so to speak. Or at least that's the impression I was feeling the most. Like I was feeling like she was traded or sold or something, which, good God, is horrible. Yeah, yeah, it all happened on the bed. They did horrible things to her. Um, he used several different words. And Matt, what is it? Uh, what is that thing? The Mallard, not Mallard, Matchet, rat, Mallet. What is the word anyway? I can't get the word out. You're like cut with it. Um, Malachi used one in Children of the Corn. What was that thing he had? I'm not. I know, but I can't get it out. I can't get the word out. It starts with an M. I can't get the word out. I can't get the word out. Can't get my words. Yeah, I was on my screen. I saw it. I can't get it to come out my mouth. um, I did get the impression that he knew her quite well. And maybe in the 80s, yeah, because we would have known everybody that lived on the block, right? It would have been a different lifestyle, especially for those of us that lived on the south side. You would have wanted to know who your neighbors were. You wanted to know who you were sending your kids to go get sugar from. And even though you were sending them out the door, and they definitely were sending us out the door, and you better be home before the lights come on, so to speak, street lights. Um, but I remember all of those fucking times when the news would say it's 10:30. Do you know where your children are at? I remember all of those times. You know what I mean? Especially in St. Louis, there was always shit happening, and because my life revolved around the streets and in a system that was broken, because by the time the 80s got here, I was already in the foster system, and a broken system then is so far more broken and worse now than anyway. um yeah, there's a good chance that she, especially if she ran with that crowd, um like the punk rock crowd in the 80s, big hair and mosh pits and all that shit. At least that's the vibe I was getting. No, Cherry would have been a minor, but I do believe she would have been approximately 14 to 16, 17 years old. She would have been at an age where I would have been 5 or 6 or 7, and she would have been that teenager that I would have been watching rip and run the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I would have been stuck in the yard, not being able to go farther than, a couple of driveways riding my bicycle, unless we were at the farm, and then I was doing whatever. I was riding bulls, rodeo bulls, or show horses. I could be a kid then. Um, but when I was in the city, it was different. Are they bringing Alexander back? If it's Alexander, let him through. If it's not Alexander, then don't let him through right now. I have got more in here than I can handle right now. And right now I'm trying to interact with the chat. So find out who they are first before we go down their malevolence. Yeah, I bet it's that damn Max guy trying to come back again. So go ahead and just shut him down right now. Oh, but I feel like Alexander would have definitely known possibly her and her family, just because they maybe grew up on the same block area. She may be on California, but he lived on Texas or something, where you're in the neighborhood, you're in the hood, so to speak. So they're telling you you're not staying, so obviously you're not welcome. So goodbye, whoever you are. Seriously. What? Oh. Hey, leave that. Did you just blow the battery up? Y'all, I'll be right back. Oh, shit. Hey, Mo. So, I got a pistol. The camera's facing the bed. Yeah, no, you're just gonna you can just see it from right here. I just want you to know, somebody just made that. I watched it spark out. Like it sparked out. You see the streak?
I do.
Yeah, he fucking. I was like, oh, like a whole spark.
Okay.
So I don't know. We might need to take that down. I don't know if he blew the wire. I don't know.
Well, you know what?
I'm gonna close in a few minutes. But
Okay.
yeah, go ahead and speak your piece.
I put protection before you even started to make sure they didn't bother me in my office and they need to stay here.
Uh-huh.
But now, whoever you are unwelcome in my home. You must leave now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I threw them out, and then they tried to come back, and then I threw them out, and then they tried to come back, and then they got thrown out again, and the spark thing went off, and that's when I was like, oh shit, I need to let Michelle know right now. Because I guess that would be our responsibility if something...
I don't know, not necessarily. I mean, we could just be like, needs to be serviced. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't know.
When you're done with your live,
that.
I'll take the battery out and I'll push the test button.
Well, I'm gonna end shit since it looks like we got electrical fires. They're starting. So I've got some pretty ignorant energy. Sorry guys. Yeah, they're saying some pretty nasty, rude shit. I've got one. He can't technically get through, but he is surging a lot.
I'm calling in all my answers.
He's surging me, and he's surging everything in my room, and he's causing shit to cause sparks and shit. So I love you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this. And I will catch up with you guys soon. I promise you guys we are safe. We are okay.
Yeah,
we are on it. We are shutting it down, though. So I'm going to close down boxes, and we're just going to have a beautiful day.
I'm going to take a picture, and then before I touch it, and then you can post it on your community, and you'd be like, this is the picture we're talking about.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me finish what I'm doing over here. They're going to do more. They threatened to give me a black eye. closing all doors and windows. Blessed be, blessed be. Close the door so I can't see. No, literally,
That's
like
fucking funny.
several times he was like, "I'm gonna black your eye," and then I was like, "Oh yeah, when are you gonna do that? Buck up tonight." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like if you even think about it,
She's gonna be sleeping with all kinds of protection.
I'm gonna be surrounded in black salt tonight, guys. You got me. So, it can get a little crazy, guys.
Sorry. It still works.
Well, good. It still works.
But
yeah, it's crazy what they just sparked that. So that's the wires then behind it.
I don't know what it is.
Wow, that's insane, guys.
It could be just dust, but it's
not
the
tough.
battery.
I watched it spark.
Oh, so then it needs yeah.
Yeah, no, I watched it spark.
Oh, they better not fuck with wiring. Yeah, like it.
Yeah, it's something got fried. I just don't know what, and I would be very careful, Michelle. Look, guys, I'm gonna shut this down. We're gonna see if we can figure out what exactly that was. I'm not gonna be stubbing any toes, no, because my feet are so sore. Right, but anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
We're not getting into it right now. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This is only the second Thursday. It's gonna have kinks. It's gonna have bells and whistles and things that go boom, apparently. So, until next time, guys, I will see you later.
You want to show them a picture from my phone?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you can clearly see something.
But it looks fine. So that's you can show them either picture. That's with the flash even, so they can see it.
Okay, so I don't know if the camera's going to flash it out, though. You guys can't even see it. You can't even see it. Wait, can you see it there? Do you see the black streak going straight up my wall right there? Can you guys see it? You can't see it that way. No, but you can kind of see it. You guys see that black streak, that very prominent black streak right there?
Hold on.
The one is so bright, your screen goes bright white. They can't see it.
Okay. Oh, my head.
Okay, that's a little better. You can see it?
I don't know if they can see.
Yeah, it looks a little clear. So yeah, there was a spark, a flash, and then this black line showed up.
And then before I took the thing off, it was all right here.
Yeah. So this is before she took it off, and then when she took it off, you could see really clearly where it sparked. So it's just surging. It's sending a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Yes, we will get it posted to the community page. You guys just know, I promise you, we're safe. We are highly protected.
We have. Yeah.
So I will see you guys tomorrow for Friday's fixtures.
And so they feed off of fear, and when you're not.
That's right.
When you're not afraid, because they cannot hurt you.
That's right.
They have no power.
They have no power over us over here. We have
That's
more
not to say
protection.
That's not to say go be reckless. You have to be responsible.
Not.
That way nobody else thinks that I can go be reckless. Be reckless.
No. I have years and years and years, like my entire life, of dealing with ghosts.
And I'm in training. I don't deal with it without
I
her.
can tell you that this little spark is nothing compared to what they are capable of. And I will deal with his little malice ass and get him out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow, unless something pops up that I'm not aware of in the mail and I got a live unboxing. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow for Friday's fixtures. Have a wonderful
because you're
day.
Charged up right now.
I can't help it. I had a few hundred of them in the room with me. So
I told them they had to stay in the bedroom.
Yeah, it was a little crowded. Bye, guys.
Bye.